Okay, hello everyone. So this video is about a very special time of the year, Christmas. Woo! So again, short introduction. My name is Jessica Rowe and I teach English to elementary and junior high students here in Kyoto, Japan. I came here through the JET program and I'm an ALT, Assistant Language Teacher. So first, I tried to organize myself as much as I could. I also made a video for Halloween. I feel like that one was a little bit wonky of a video, so I apologize for that. Basically, I had so many variations of that lesson that it was kind of weird to try and explain it the one way. But anyways, okay, so Merry Christmas. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would come in wearing the Santa hat, and then I would put these magnets on the board. Now what these are, they're basically just popular Japanese cartoon characters that the students would recognize, and I would print them out on printer paper and just put magnets on the back of them, and then that way they stick on the board. So these are all characters that I would put up right next to each other like this, but in a row at the top of the chalkboard, and I wouldn't say anything else, but the kids would get so excited about it. They'd be talking about who's their favorite character, who's the best character, and if there's anyone who could name all of them, so that was kind of really engaging to them, which is really neat. Anyway, so this is for a later part of the lesson, so I just put those up and keep them there. And then I would say, okay, so today is about Christmas, and I usually would start by singing a song. So just like my Halloween lesson, I'd start with a song. And the song that I realized that many Japanese students know is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And I actually found these lyrics online, but I changed it so that there was only like We Wish You a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and then one more good tidings we bring to you and your kin, good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. So something not too complicated, so there's only this verse and this verse. And then repeat again and same one. So if they weren't able to sing the second verse, it was okay. I sang anyways, so it was something that they can listen to. So I gave this printout to most students, and actually before the PowerPoint, I would open up iTunes and, okay, so I had these lyrics on the big TV screen so that they could see them, and I'd be like, okay, so let's sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And I actually found this song online, which later I had shortened using an audio program called Audacity, and I made it into like a 30-second thing, so it was super quick, so the kids wouldn't feel like overwhelmed by it, but this is basically it. Then I'd count, I'd be like, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then we would sing like the rest of the song. So anyways, that's how I would begin my class. So again, it's another warm-up kind of thing that's pretty voluntary, but a lot of the kids love singing karaoke style, so that's basically what I did for this. That's how I began. And immediately after that, I would say, okay, let's try Christmas words. So repeat after me. So again, these ones actually have magnets on them, so I could stick them on the board with no problem. So I'd be like, okay, family, family. I'd be like, yeah, good. So I put it up, and then Christmas tree, right? So just get them to repeat. So snowman, Santa hat, Santa Claus, present, stocking, wreath, sleigh, reindeer, angel, and coal, or rock, black rock. So those are the words that I practiced with them. So I had them repeat me, and then I stuck them on the board. I made sure I had less words. I think the magic amount of new words to show students, or like they might be familiar with these words, but you don't want to go more than maybe 10 or 11, because if you go past that, I think the students get a little overwhelmed. So anyways, those are the words that I would go through, and then I'd be like, okay, perfect. So now I have 3 stories to show you. 3 stories about Christmas. And then I'd go slideshow. Okay, so story number 1, Christmas, the holiday of giving. So I'd explain you give presents, you give love, you give happiness. This is Christmas. I'd say Christmas is a family event in winter. On Christmas, everyone goes Christmas shopping. Ooh, crazy Christmas shopping. And then I'd show like that in North America, we usually use card to pay, where here in Japan, it's usually money, paper bills and stuff. Okay, Christmas is December 25th, and on December 25th, everyone opens their presents. Woo! So this is my family, my Christmas party. I took some pictures. This is from 8 years ago. So I took photos of our family get-together, and I told the students about that. And then I said, okay, Christmas dinner is number 1. It's very big and very good. This is not chicken, because here in Japan they eat chicken. I say, this is turkey. And they're like, taki, taki, yeah, turkey, it's so good. Chicken is small. Turkey is big, big turkey. So good. And I say, usually after you eat, you feel sleepy. Because you do. It's the magic meal. Okay, story number 2, the Christian story. Now, I explained to them that my family is Christian, and in Japan, they call Jesus Christ Yes Christo. Yes Christo. This is Jesus Christ. And so I had to keep telling them in English, we say Jesus Christ, because sometimes I would say it and they'd look kind of blank, and I'd be like, yes, Cristo, and they'd be like, ah, yeah, okay. So anyways, I say Christmas is Jesus Christ's birthday. That's the easiest way for them to understand. And then I was like, okay, 3 wise men travel to give presents to baby Jesus Christ. And then I show them the nativity scene, and I say, okay, so here's baby Jesus, here's mom, dad, here's the 3 men with the presents, angels. The angels are singing, they're happy, la la la, welcome baby Jesus. And then 1 big star, and I would pretend this is blank. I would basically draw a Christmas tree with a big star at the top, and then I would say, this star is the symbol of this star. When I said that, they'd be like, oh, I see. So I told them, this is why usually at the top of a Christmas tree, it's a star or an angel, because the stars and angels are above the family and presents. So that's basically what I explained to them. Okay, and then story number 3 is Santa Claus story. Ooh. So I made a typo here. I tried to write it in katakana, and I ended up writing Santa Claus. That's supposed to be Santa Claus. Okay, so I say Santa lives in the North Pole. It's very cold in the North Pole. Santa Claus is always watching you. And here I have a funny picture of him in a car eating a cheeseburger, and he's like looking out from binoculars. It's probably from a movie, but the kids really liked that. They started laughing. And I basically said, if you are good, Santa gives you present. If you are bad, Santa gives you coal or black rock. And they were like, nah. And then I say, children write to Santa Claus before Christmas. They say, dear Santa, this Christmas I want PlayStation 4. Ooh, give to Santa. And then I say, on Christmas Eve, Santa Claus flies around the world to deliver presents to everyone. And children give Santa cookies and milk to say thank you. Thank you, Santa. So this is like a present to Santa Claus, a thank you gift. And then I say, okay, finish, perfect. So now I have a video. This is what I would show them. I would say in Canada, many people decorate their house, but this family loves Christmas. So you can see they mix music and Christmas lights. So you can see. Yeah. So this is a YouTube video that I found. It's called Wizards in Winter, and the video is by Holdman Christmas, and the orchestra is Trans-Siberian Orchestra that does this song. And they love this video. Like, to see, I told them that this is an ordinary house. They were like, whoa, what, really? Because usually it's only public places or businesses that decorate to this extent here in Japan. A regular household doesn't really do that, right? So, or not usually. So I showed them that, and then after the video, I was like, okay, so on Christmas, when family is together, we play games. So let's play a game. And I have, okay, so this is when the characters come into play. So I'm basically done with the computer. I'll just randomly put these guys here. So this, okay, so there's a little story behind this. So this is a board game template that I found online. I just Googled board game template, and I printed it out, and then I drew on top different symbols and stuff for the board game. So it's like snakes and ladders or chutes and ladders. No, snakes and... We say snakes and ladders in Canada. So basically you go up the ladder and you can get closer to the finish. And then here I drew it as ice. So you slip on the ice, you go back. And then the snowflakes are one question, which is 1 point. The Christmas present is 1 question, 1 point, but a bonus point. So even if you get the answer wrong, you get 1 point. Usually the students always got it right, so it was always 2 points. And then this clump here is coal. So if you're bad, it's a bad thing. You go back. And I'm just going to tell you right now that there was only one class that we were able to reach the end. So I would advise, if you want to do a board game like this, maybe only have up to 25 squares, because this one has like 50 or something, because I didn't want to run out of time, but I actually, like most classes, only got to around this section. But anyways, so the schools here in Japan are really cool. I brought this into the print room and I was like, I need this bigger, can I get it bigger? And they were like, yeah, totally. So they fed it into this machine and it turned into this. So I ended up getting a giant poster of this board game. And myself, my friend and my significant other, we all drew on top of it and colored it and made it all Christmassy and nice and wonderful. So anyways, this would be put onto the board, the whiteboard or blackboard, and then the way that I had it is each row of students, so say the desks are in rows, each row is one group. So the one group would have to decide what character to choose. And I'd make 6 groups always, and then I would roll the dice. I'd be like, okay, who gets to choose their character first? Let's see. Oh, group 4. So then group 4 would come up and they would choose a character, and then they'd put it on the start point of the big poster board for the game. So by the end, we'd have 6 characters on the board, and then the 6 characters would be hopping over each other. They'd be standing on each other, you know, having a good time. And the questions that I would ask, so for example, I'll try and make this easy for you to see. So say a character gets here, I would usually ask kind of like review questions of what the students already know. So I would, for example, I tried to gear it as close to Christmas as possible. So for a question, I'd be like, okay, what's this? What's this? And then the student would say, family. And I'd be like, okay, perfect, you get a point. So then that group gets a point. And to make it fair, because you're not always going to land on the question squares. To make it fair, I made it so that the first place, because this is a race, so first place gets 5 points, second place gets 3 points, and third place gets 1 point. So that's another way that I did it. So anyways, yeah, usually the questions revolved around the Christmas vocabulary. So I'd be like, okay, what's this? And they'd be like, oh, Christmas tree. I'd be like, good. I'd be like, okay, what's this? Snowman, good. And then whenever I ran out of Christmas cards or words or whatever, I'd be like, okay, what 2 colors is Santa Claus? What 2 colors? And then they'd be like, red and white. I'd be like, yeah, good job. So questions like that, and literally for the rest of the class, we would just play the game. And in some classes, specifically in elementary, the teachers and the students really got so into it that they ended up, I guess, like the period after, if I didn't have a class, the students would just continue the game until they got like as far as they could, and then they would just like stop. But anyways, yeah, so that in a nutshell. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say this. At the end of the class, you don't have to do this, but I personally wanted, because it was Christmas, I felt the spirit of giving. So I gave each student a sticker. I found snowmen and then Santa Clauses. These are all Santa Clauses and like little reindeers and stuff. So I would tell the students that each student can get 1 sticker, and then you can keep this. This is my present to you. Yeah. So that is basically the Christmas lesson that I did for all my classes, which is really, really nice when you have one thing that you can show to every class, because then it makes it so much easier. So because this had open questions, I was able to ask either really, really easy questions or really, really difficult questions. And usually whenever the groups rolled the dice, I would get them to say the number in English. They'd be like, ah, san. I'd be like, no, 3. And they'd be like, 3. I'd be like, okay. So then we move it. So yeah, because it was a competitive game, the kids were really into it. And even the tougher classes, like I had some junior high classes that were usually they're very tough and difficult, but they totally got into this, and then they were enjoying it, which was really great. And especially because of these characters. If I didn't have these characters, it probably wouldn't be as engaging to the students, because Goku is in a perfect position that if he were to like be on the same square as Pikachu, you can put him like this and it looks like he's sitting on Pikachu, and then the kids are like, oh my god, he's sitting on Pikachu, just laughing. But anyways, yeah, so this is my Christmas lesson, and hopefully it helped you out. If you ever want to do a Christmas lesson like this, have fun, and yeah, I will talk to you guys next time. So take care, and thank you for watching. Bye!